Welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to cover AWS Direct Connect Gateway. Now, the best way to understand the benefits of Direct Connect Gateway is to have a look at an architecture where we don't use it and how complex it can get. And then we're going to look at when we use Direct Connect Gateway and how it can solve some problems. So here's an example architecture where we're not using Direct Connect Gateway. Now, we have multiple regions and we have an office. And we have multiple DX locations in different parts of the world. And what we're doing is we're connecting each of those regions to a DX location that's close to that region and then into a corporate office. And we're doing the same in the EU Central 1 region at the bottom here as we are in US West 1. So this company now has multiple locations where they then have connections into AWS using DX. You then must establish a private VIF, and that connects to a single VPC in the same region using a virtual gateway. We do the same in the second region. Now, DX is a regional service, so obviously multiple DX locations have to be used for this topology. And it also requires regional offices or long-distance expensive links. So in other words, these customer routers here have to either be in one physical location, one geographic location, and you've got a very long distance link coming from Europe or the US, or these are multiple offices in different geographical areas. So when we want to start connecting our offices to multiple regions using Direct Connect, it can become quite expensive and quite complex. So now let's look at an architecture where we use Direct Connect Gateway. So in this case, we have the same two regions, we have a single corporate office and a single DX location. And so we now only have that connection into our office from one location, and we have a DX gateway. And then the DX gateway is actually connecting to multiple regions. A private VIF is associated with the DX gateway, and then the DX gateway is associated with a virtual gateway in each of the regions. BGP advertises a route to all VPCs via the DX gateway. And the traffic that's going from the DX gateway to these different regions is going over the AWS backbone. So it's using that consistent network experience of the AWS global network. Now, network traffic can go from the office to either region. So any of the VPCs connected, and of course I'm only showing two here, but you can have many regions that are connected to a DX gateway. Now, what you can't do is actually route regional traffic from one region to another via the DX gateway. It doesn't support that, but you can use it to connect from your corporate office using a single DX connection into multiple regions around the world. So that's DX Gateway. It's a really useful technology if you're a global company, but you don't have global offices or you want a single office location to have this consistent network experience into multiple regions around the world, then this is a great technology to use.